No messing about, here's 10 tips for you to improve at playing Killjoy and win more rounds in Valorant, including ult placement, lineups and winning strategies. Starting with Killjoy's Nano Swarms. On attack, you can use her mollies in two different ways. The first is for clearing or holding off angles. This will make space, allowing your team's duelists to entry without having to worry about certain angles. Or in some cases, if you know someone is trying to camp in a corner, you can use it to displace them, giving you a free kill. The other, more commonly used method is placing them down after your team has secured a plant to delay or stop a defuse. These can be present from the time of planting or by playing lineups. I'll be making more in detail molly lineups in the future, so if you would like to see them, then please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video.
Placing swarm grenade.
Defense mollies are used in almost the same way as attacker mollies. You can use them to clear angles and displace enemies like on attack. However, as a defender, your goal is now to deny plant and waste time. Killjoy is really powerful on sites that have large areas that players have to cross. For example, on B site Ascent and B site Bind. Placing your mollies in anticipation of this can net you a bag load of damage, and sometimes even a kill. Even then, you can shoot the slow and rapidly health decreasing absolute freebies. Finally, as I said before, the third way to use Killjoy mollies is to deny a plant. There's some cheeky spots that have come about through the 2 years of Valorant. Some particularly good spots include hidden placements like on A site Haven and here on B site Bind. Number 3 is a quick tip for you and can also work with Viper and KO. As you know, there is a circle around you when you make sound on the minimap. If you ever don't know a lineup, then you can ping where you want it to land, look directly up in the sky, and run. And then throw the molly when the outer sound ring hits the ping. Assuming that the ground is of similar elevation and you don't hit anything, then it'll land roughly in the vicinity of your ping. Killjoy's Lockdown ultimate is one of the best ultimates in the game in my opinion. It can completely change how a round plays out, as it forces teams out of position and even potentially to use extra utility to counter the ult too. When attacking with Killjoy's ultimate, you can use it in one of two ways, to fake a site and take a site. When you want to take a site, I would recommend placing it and then waiting till around 4 seconds left before pushing site. This is because defenders won't choose instantly to push back when the ult starts. When it gets to around 4 seconds left, they'll start to do so, and as you push you might catch their backs and have easier fights for yourself. Obviously when you're wanting to fake a site for your team who is shifting the other side, make sure to commit. Place your ultimate and then even shoot some shots. Make sure that enemies know that you're there and they fully believe you are taking that site. You could even die for the cause. My advice for using her ult on defense is not to waste or rush it. Make sure to wait until the attackers are actually on the site, or even planted. Similarly to what we covered on attack, it's going to set in a sense of panic and urgency, as the attackers will be worried about getting detained. Here's a crazy Ascent ultimate and Nano Swarm retake strategy for you. So imagine you are playing B and you've got to rotate to A because the enemies have planted or are planting. You've got your ultimate. You can place it here, and as you can notice, the only area that's not covered is wine. But we're going to deal with that. So we place the ult down. Come to this corner and tree. Just be careful of catwalk. And when it gets to about 5 seconds, you want to put your crosshair in the middle of here and throw them both. And activate it just as the ult ends. So either the enemies have to decide they want to stand in your Nano Swarm, or they've got to walk in and stand in your ultimate, in which case you can kill them easy.
Swarm grenade out. Area is clear.
I feel like players really underrate Killjoy's sentry turret and will forget to use it. It's especially good in a 1vx situation. It's basically another player. Her sentry turret can tell you where an enemy is coming from as soon as it sees you. Make sure to place your turret facing a direction where you have at least a little bit of cover, as you will need your reaction time to turn around. It can even distract the enemy, as they may shoot that instead of you. This next tip seems very straightforward, but in reality the amount of times I've died because of it not happening is crazy. Your turret is your signature ability, which means it's free, guys. The only thing it costs you is 2 seconds. But where to place your turret, you might ask? When your team chooses to attack a site, you should place your turret to watch the flank for you. This means you can have 5 people attacking the site instead of 1 watching flank. Just be aware that you have to stay in range for it to be active. You can stay in range by looking at the minimap. It's highlighted by a circle. The turret has a very long range, so no worries about missing a flanker. It just has damage drop off the further away an enemy is. On defense, you want to place the turret in positions that will alert you to enemies pushing, and you can use it to hold you back while actively holding another side. Of course, if it does alert, then you'll have to cover that side. When on an eco, you want to do as much damage to the other team's eco as you can, while also saving yours. This is where the defensive alarm bots come in handy. My advice here is to play really aggressive close entrance to site and get a one and done, or if more confident, you can use a classic ghost or sheriff, whatever you have, and you can play passive towards deep site. In both scenarios, you want to place your alarm bot just on the entrance, as this will mean attackers will get vulnerabilized, allowing you to bag 1 or 2 kills. When attacking, you should already have your turret watching flank, so how do you use your alarm bot? Personally, I save my alarm bot on attack to place where I'm playing for post plant, to give me the best advantage I can get. Or, I will place it on my way into site in a common place that the enemies will be coming to retake the site from. Don't forget that you can still pick up your alarm bot again, just with a small cooldown. Having your alarm bot down will mean you'll then only need to hit someone twice because they are vulnerable, making all the difference in a clutch situation. Hopefully this guide will help you out on how to use your Killjoy util and win more games. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!